And what do you know him from the California days?
From the gym, yeah.
Why, you trained over there?
Well, he's in this, he trained at the UFC gym that I worked out at, and we have a bunch of mutual friends. I've known him. I've helped him train, a handful of times, and we have a ton of mutual friends. It's a small circle here in the MMA scene, so.
He's currently connecting audio.
Yeah.
He might have to do what you did. What happened with you before? It just wasn't connecting with the audio?
Yeah, it was audio. It gave me a few options. I wasn't sure which one to hit.
Yeah, you got to...
It said dial over or dial in or...
You might have to back out and rejoin, Marvin. If you can hear us. He'll figure it out. But yeah.
Jeez. That's crazy.
Oh, so yeah, I wasn't sure if you trained at... What is that gym with Cordero?
Kings MMA.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you had been over at Kings at all.
I had trained with a bunch of smaller guys from that gym. I have Mike Alprez, Cuban Olympian, a good friend of mine. I trained with him. We trained at different gyms, but that's mostly a bigger gym guy. Bigger guys.
There we go.
Yeah.
Finally, I got it.
What's up, Marvin?
How you doing?
Good, Marvin. How are you?
Good.
Marvin Vettori. You can turn your phone long ways.
What? Oh, this way?
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Marvin Vettori, welcome to Menace and the Man. We don't have the Menace tonight. He's working a double, so I got Ozkilic to take his role.
I'm filling in. I'm substituting Marvin.
Got you. Yeah. I actually know Al pretty good.
Yeah, he said that. I was like, Marvin Vettori. He was like, yeah, that's my boy. So I was like, all right, perfect.
Yeah, we live close to each other. I don't know where he is now, but I think he's still in Huntington, right?
Same spot you came to before.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Same.
Why?
Yeah.
Where are you posted up, Marvin?
Well, now I'm in Vegas. I'm actually here at the PI right now. Exactly. Let me see if I can change the camera, but I don't want to mess this up because. Well, there we go. I'm just here at the PI right now. But I'll be back on Thursday, and normally I'm in Huntington Beach unless I'm not in Italy. But for the moment, I don't think I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm trying to, but for the moment, I'm still here.
Oh, so you have residence in Italy still?
No. I have residence here in Huntington, but I tried to go back, and after every fight, I always go back. But after this one, because of this Corona thing, I wasn't able that much. So I'm trying to. But I go back for like 10, 12 days, like 2 weeks, max 3 weeks, something like that. So
is Italy open yet, Marvin?
Man, like Europe is pretty open.
I know soccer started. Like they're playing with no fans and stuff. Like I don't know if the country's open though.
The country's pretty open. I think they're gonna restart the schools. I don't know about I don't know about sports, to be honest with you, but it's pretty open. It's on the way to be open. There's not many cases. There's very few cases all around Italy every day. Very, very few. And they're still wearing masks and stuff like that, but it's pretty open.
It sounds like everybody handled it fine, but America.
Yeah,
pretty much. I don't know. There's a lot of I don't know. I feel like they're dragging it because of other reason,
I think even America.
And there's a lot of confusion.
America didn't handle it too bad. Americans are just like, fuck you. You're not taking my rights. And people went out. People did whatever they normally would do and shit like that.
It's I can compare two ways of handling this situation, and I feel like it's right not to let the state close you in your house for like house arrest for a long period of time. At the same time, it's not right to just don't care at all about the whole situation. But so I think that the best solution was in between, which is not easy to find out because it's still it's still hard. But I mean, at think America was doing fine before the protest, but like the thing is like even these protests don't really sound right to me because if it was really about the protests, then the peak should have already been passed a while ago. So
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
The problem is more like this. So once, for example, I'm speaking for California. As soon as California opened up, like my friends, for example, including me, we all started going out, right? Bars open, clubs open. Like I went out a couple times. I'm like, I'm over this shit, so I want to go get a drink, whatever. And now what happens is younger guys don't get like that sick, but they're sick enough to go out again and pass it on to other people. You know, so obviously, like you and I are gonna survive, but then these, you know, they pass it on to the older people who are more vulnerable, and then shit gets out of control. You know, and I feel like they shut down California way before, like when New York, when you guys were shut down, Stan, nothing was going on in California. Like there was nothing here. They decided to shut down California too. Now California is getting bad, so you have to shut it for the second time. So I don't know what the right thing to do.
it's
Yeah, they shut California down again, right?
They just shut it down again.
yeah.
How is Vegas, Marvin?
Vegas, it's
Is it
I mean,
open?
I guess they're gonna reclose it soon again, actually. But I think now it's pretty. The restaurants are open.
Hotels are open.
Hotels are open. Casinos are open, but like clubs are not open. Actually, clubs. I mean, actually, the clubs are open, but like not even close to normal. To being like to like normal carrying on the activities. Like not to normal activities. It's like just few tables and like very spread apart. They're super strict with the masks and all this stuff.
Yeah, like you see, I'm sure
But I
you've
think now
seen.
they're shutting down again.
Yeah, they're about to. I don't know if they're going to be able to do those fights that they have coming up in Vegas.
Oh yeah, no, I think so. I think they will be able to do it. I think so.
The UFC is the one thing they'll let stay open.
What?
The UFC is the one thing they'll let stay open.
I think so because they're being so careful with all the testing and stuff. Like they're.
Well,
Man, there's-
UFC should be the only thing that's open because they're handling it the best so far. If you think about it.
Yeah, they're the only ones doing all the tests and whatnot. Nowhere else. Like that's where, if anywhere, like Marvin, I have the Rona right now.
You have the corona?
I have the Corona right now. Yeah,
Are you serious?
yeah.
I mean,
I don't know what happened. Like I don't know where I got it from, but yeah, I caught it.
There's some noise, but yeah, I mean, you see, like, and then again, like the tests are not even like how many tests did you do? Just one?
Yeah, I did one. And I still haven't gotten the results, but everyone around me's got it, so I must have it.
Yeah.
I had the
I don't know, because
symptoms.
even with the UFC, that there was like some that were like, it's man, this shit. The more it keeps going, the more it gets confusing. Like to the point where I'm like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna live through this period. I'm not gonna even like. I honestly don't watch TV. I don't listen to radio as much too. I like. I don't know if this is the right approach or whatever, but I basically stopped listening to the TV, so and to the radio too. So, but I feel like the more this shit gets going, the more it gets confusing. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Man. I just saw even in the UFC there was like a few guys that they tested them before going into the plane, come out of the plane, and so the test before the plane was negative. Then they went on the plane, got off the plane, and they were positive. Then 2 days after, so they quarantined them. Then 2 days after, they retested them, and they came back negative. So they had one test negative, then one positive, coming off the plane, and then negative again. And imagine if some people just have one fucking, like, you know, like a normal guy wouldn't just do like two tests. If they do one test and it's positive, he's not going to do the second. Yeah. So you see, like, then I heard test, like, you know, COVID. It's a branch of a series of other similar
viruses.
Yeah, like the
So
cold.
if you have a cold, you might test positive for corona. So I'm over this. Honestly, I'm
Marvin
over
just wants to get his fight, get that title shot, and he just wants to move on with his life. He doesn't
I
even
mean,
care about
honestly, like this, it's too much fakeness. I'm over. I'm after my own stuff. You can call me selfish, whatever. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm
Look, I don't blame you. You're young. You still have a lot of good fights coming up. You just don't want to waste your time and move on with your life. That's perfect.
but also like I feel like there is so much confusion out there that there's not like real like how do you call it, like regulation to follow. There's no real like all you can do. Like I mean, yeah, I'll do the basic stuff. I'll sanitize my hand. I stay clean and I wear a mask on public spaces. That's it. Like I'm gonna do my stuff as much as I can.
Yeah.
And I mean, I got tested 5 times. I've always been negative, so I didn't pass it to nobody. That's for a fact. So as much as I'm concerned, I haven't done anything bad.
Is Kings open?
I don't know. I haven't been like I don't know this week. I mean, it was open, and I don't know. Yeah. I've been here since Saturday, so
yeah, I saw you were racing and stuff.
Yeah, I got the best time. and then the second race, there were so many people that weren't able to like. They were basically the race every 2 seconds would stop. So I was like, I got out, and I'm like, man, like I wasn't even able to do like two good laps. So they're like, okay, we got you. So they put me in with the staff, with some of the guys that actually work there, and I got second with them. And
they're better. They're good, huh? They're better.
There was a guy that had the record, so he gave me a second and a half. But it was my third time going. This guy goes every day, but it's cool though. I love go karting.
Of course. Hopefully, if you get to go to Abu Dhabi, you can go on that sick track.
Man, I love it, man. I love this stuff. Like I love like cars and like driving.
Yeah. Nice. So what'd you go to? Yeah, what are you in Vegas for? Just to hang out at the PI?
Just checking up, do like a checkup, like on everything, and making sure everything is healthy. I'm healthy, and I'm at my best, and that's it. And then I'm gonna be back on Wednesday, and I mean I had a few stuff to work on before I was 100% healthy, but like I feel like now from next week I'll be back at 100%, and yeah, man, I'm looking for a fight basically.
So nothing lined up, obviously.
No, man, I was trying to call out. I mean, not to call out. I was offered to Anderson Silva, and Anderson Silva.
Oh, I saw you posted it. Yeah, I didn't know what was happening. Is he really trying to fight Anthony Pettis?
Yeah, that's a bullshit fight. That like.
Yeah, why would you do that?
Yeah, it's I don't even think the UFC would ever let that happen, honestly, because.
Yeah. Look, if Anderson Silva is just trying to get some names and make extra money before he retires, I get it. I don't think he would fight you.
I get it, but why start now? He should have done it like 5 years from now, like
because that's an easier fight to him now. Like it's one of the easier.
Pettis is a quitter. Pettis is a big time quitter.
No. He is, but I'm saying if you're thinking about it, he's a bit of a smaller guy. So out of all the names,
he's a quitter. So yeah, I see why he's trying to. Yeah, his fight. Plus, he's a big name, former champ. So all these things. But at the same time, man, like, come on, like they're not gonna let. I mean, I know he went up before to 170, but he's a 155 in reality.
Exactly.
And they're not gonna let him. I don't think it makes any sense. Like
no sense. Yeah.
I don't think it makes any sense.
Yeah. If anything, they need to use Anderson to build up
but
a 185er.
You know what doesn't make sense to Anderson Silva? Fighting you doesn't make sense to Anderson Silva.
No, but at the same time, if he wants some try to kind of like give a last run to legitimize his name and be in the ranking and show that he still has it and try to be relevant in terms of like war level in the middle of war level athletes.
Yeah.
That my name makes way more sense than
Yeah.
than Pettis, you know.
I was just saying that like sarcastically, like you are a tough
No,
guy.
I know. I'm definitely. I don't feel like I'm an easy fight for him for sure. Not.
I think
But
he was trying to fight Connor too.
One thing I said. If that fight happens, I'm gonna give the fans what they want. I'm not gonna wrestle the guy. I'm not gonna try to take him down. I'm not gonna try to play Khabib on him. I'm gonna stand him bang. So that I feel like that's what he cares the most. Somebody that's gonna give him the fight that he wants, and I'm the guy because I would give that to him. I would stay in front of him and play chess, striking with him. So I think it would be a great fight. I mean, I know he's not on his prime, but at the same time, man, like I said, if he wants some legitimacy on his name and try to be back in between the best in the world, he should fight.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen him do that a few times. He called out Connor first, and then he was trying to make a fight with Connor. Now he's trying to fight Pettis.
And that's what I'm saying. Like he's been fighting up until now. He's been fighting all up and comers and and guys that like were in the rankings and like fresh guys. Why start now? I mean,
yeah. Why
start now? To be honest with you,
I think he started
that because you never look for easy fights and stuff.
Yeah, he fought a few up and comers, and it was rough though. That's why he stopped, I think.
If Marvin, if it's up to you for real, like who is on your radar right now for you? I know you want the title shot, obviously. I know you want the rematch with Adesanya.
I have to go through other fights. I would love to fight Hermanson. Hermanson would be another name that I would love to fight. Yeah, Hermanson would be. I would love that fight.
Did you guys watch him versus Kelvin?
Yeah, I saw him for sure.
Yeah, I think Kelvin just had an off night, I think.
I wouldn't even say that. I mean, it's a little in the blink of an eye. Like he got his level of attention down, a little bit overconfidence, I guess, and he got caught because if you see the first minute, man, Kelvin was manhandling big time. Like he just like Hermanson overreacted to the punches of Kelvin, overcommitted on getting a takedown, tried to get in some kind of like grappling scrambles with him, tried to tie up somehow with him. He didn't want his hands to go. And then he overcommitted so bad that they actually got counter and got flipped over. Yeah. And then went for something that you don't really see much in MMA. And I feel like most of everything was a little bit overconfidence because he got out one time from that leg lock. And then he went for a second time. And he did a pretty good job on like holding on the calf first. And then get that foot under the armpit and keep it tight all the way. Plus, they were really dry first minute of the fight. So
but exactly, it wasn't slippery yet, so that was his only chance, and that's why he went for the second time. I think, you know.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Hermanson's good. I just think Kelvin is better.
Yeah. I think it's not like any like on the top 5 now. He's fucked.
Yeah.
And I should be the one if I fight him. But everybody says that to me, like, oh, you know, if you fight this time, you should pump him up. So when you beat him, you look better. But I'm just too real to say that. I honestly don't think Herman's that good. I don't think he can hang on the top 5. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, who'd he fight up there? He fought Cannonier and he lost to Cannonier.
Yeah.
And then he hasn't fought anybody else up there yet. I mean, actually, he fought Kelvin. Kelvin's a top 5 guy, I would say. Even if he's not ranked in the top 5 right now, he's been there.
Yeah. But I think also Kelvin, like 9 out of 10 will beat him. Like 10 out of 10 fights, he will beat him 9 times. But, you know, at the end of the day, like, you beat him. You can't say nothing about it. The guy, like, Kelvin tapped, and, you know, there's no excuse for it. So at the same time, like, hat off, he made it. Like, because that time that counted, he made it. So, chapeau. But I feel like if, in general, I think Kelvin is the better fighter.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, people also pay attention to this. Fighting so early. I understand people go to Abu Dhabi early to get acclimated and stuff. It really isn't that easy to wake up at 3:00, go to the arena, fight at 6 a.m. in the morning. It is not that easy, for anybody. It's not my favorite thing.
Oh, I mean, but the whole week they were trying to get on the time. Like, I know Kelvin was.
It's not easy, man.
7, 8 a.m., 7, 8 p.m. and wake up like, no, I know. They said, like, it was an experience. Like, even I was talking to the PT guy, to the physical therapy guys, it was like it was a 24-hour thing. Like, every moment, like, you would have never, like, between all the guys, you would always have somebody going. Like, somebody was training, or somebody was coming in for physical therapy, or somebody was working, or somebody was, like, so it was, since the fight, like, the times were so off, it was an ongoing, continuous thing.
Yeah.
And an experience. Plus, they were really like even Kelvin. I saw Kelvin right actually 2 days ago when he came back, because he's up in Vegas. He was like, in reality, it really was like a white collar prison. Like, it was great, but you couldn't leave. Always the same hotel, and always the same menu, and
that's crazy.
The people were super nice and everything, of course, but you had things to do, but like very like how do you call it, like limited things to do. Yeah.
But also, how much can you do? It's 120 degrees daylight. Like, how much can you do outdoors?
Yeah, exactly.
That's and then crazy. So when you said you spoke to Calvin when he got back, he wasn't quarantined or anything. He was just.
I don't think so. No, when he got back from Vegas, no. I mean, these guys would be the last one I would be worried about. They got tested so many times. They were quarantined. They were.
But no, because I listened to Alexander Volkanovski. He's back in New Zealand. Like, he has the belt. He was still quarantined. Like, he couldn't even go hang out with his family.
But it's because of a New Zealand thing, I think. It's a New Zealand policy or something, you see?
Oh, yeah.
New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand, they're always super tight with those things, I feel.
Yeah. I almost got arrested going into Australia.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't report. I went there for a fight, and you know how you go into the when you go through the customs, you have to report like food and this and that. And I didn't say I had supplements and food, and they caught me, and they were like, they were super nice. They were like, well, it's your first time, you didn't know, but you're like, we can take you to jail right now and fine you. And then they knew I was there for the UFC, so they kind of let me go. But because I had nothing illegal on me, but they could have arrested me for real.
Yeah. They'll put you on one of those shows where they'll check the guys out.
Yeah, I think they're pretty strict with that shit in airports. I'm sure, especially now with Corona and whatnot, they think Corona's in everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you saw that one thing out, and Marvin, some guy, like, he tested everything. He tested like a piece of fruit, and it came up positive for Corona. He tested he tested a bunch of shit, like just random items, and everything was positive.
They give it a name and an age, and then they said the test. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
Was an African president or something.
Africa,
That's crazy.
But I'm sure airlines are thinking Corona's all over everything right now.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
For a moment, I flew last week.
It feels weird. Sorry, go ahead.
I've been hearing about this thing since beginning of the year, basically, because I in Italy started first, so I was hearing news and everything, and all my family there with that shit back then. So that was already like almost a month and a half, 2 months prior to when it started like breaking out in America. And now I started. Then I was living throughout the American experience. Fuck,
dude. I don't know. I just thought about this. I don't know if you remember when Corona was just starting. I was like, hey, how was Italy and stuff? Like, Italy was the only thing on the news. And then I got sick for a couple of days, and Marvin thought I had a corona. He was running away from me.
Oh yeah,
Remember?
because I was never tripping out, but until a week out to my fight, I'm like, because I had a fight coming up.
Yeah.
And fucking and Alp came into work at the UFC gym where I was going, and he was, I'm feeling a little bit of I
was just coughing.
Cough, and I'm like, fucking guy, man, stay away from me. A week out of my fight, the last thing I need is.
I just remembered. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's shit. Marvin was like, "Get the fuck out of here! You have corona."
Well, that's the world we're in right now. Everything, like you see that one meme. It's like, are people still sick or is everything COVID? And that's what it seems like right now.
Yeah.
But
so many other, I wouldn't even talk about it.
Yeah, so we'll get on to some fighting. So Marvin, if you got Jack Hermanson on the radar right now, if you can't get him, who else might you want next?
I know a lot of fighters turn me down, man. I don't know what to say, but it's crazy. Like it's crazy. Like a lot of people, they're injured, they have a fight coming up, or they turn me down, or they have an excuse. It's not easy. Like who's out there? Like Ian Heinisch is fucking injured. This guy tried to do everything not to fight me. Who else? Omari's fighting somebody else. Who else?
Man, I'm looking at the rankings. Jacare fell out of the top 15.
Jacare fell out. I got offered. To Jacare too, but Jacare didn't want to fight me.
I could see that.
I got offered to Jacare, and I said, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." When Carl Robertson pulled out the first time, I got offered to Jacare. Jacare didn't want to fight me. Then I got offered to Anderson. He didn't want to fight me. Then I got offered to Ian Heinisch. He didn't want to fight me. I got offered to Carlos Jr. He didn't want to fight me. Yeah, I got offered to fucking everybody. And so who else? Who else is out there?
Edmund
is fighting Brunson.
Edmund's fighting Brunson. Yeah, I think is Uriah Hall and Jacare are fighting.
Uriah's fighting Romero.
Oh, Romero. Yeah, that's who he's fighting. My bad. Oh, that's a tough night for him.
Uriah's fighting Romero. Plus, I don't think Uriah really wants to fight yet.
No.
We'll see. At some point, somebody will have to fucking accept this.
Yeah, you almost have to wait for a couple of these fights to play out.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, exactly. But Anderson was fucking perfect.
Or you need Anderson to stop playing games.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Stan, I don't know if you knew, but Marvin also trains with Werdum. Fabricio Werdum.
Yeah.
So he has the fight coming up.
Oh yeah, Werdum is coming up there with the Griffiths. Yeah.
This weekend. Yeah. What do you? I'm sure you're gonna pick Fabricio Werdum, Marvin, but I think Gustafsson has good chance.
Yes, it's just good, but he's never been a heavyweight either.
Yeah.
I think they trained before, They trained.
Yeah, I was just listening to that today.
It's about how they come out. I think in what shape they all come out. I know Werdum has been training hard for this fight. He's very motivated, and I think he'll do it. I think he'll do it. He's very motivated, and he's never doing I saw in the past. When Werdum is ready, he's ready, man.
Yeah, that's a tough. That's a tough first fight at heavyweight for Gustafsson.
Yeah. Gustafsson is always a good size. So I mean, you just put on some fat, and it's not a bad heavyweight. But in general, it's a good fight. I think it's a very interesting fight.
Yeah, I'm going Werdum in that one. I think.
Me too.
Why, Alp? You're going Gustafsson?
I'm gonna go with Gustafsson.
I don't know. I think it's just it's a tough heavyweight debut for him.
Yeah.
It could be, but sure. He is old though. Werdum's getting up there. He's like 42 now.
And I'm just picking Gustafsson based on Werdum's last performance. It wasn't.
What was?
But you see, you learn coming out of a performance like that. You really motivated.
Of course. But I'm saying, you know how there's a saying, you're as good as your last fight. So I'm just going based off of that. You know, I don't. You know his training better than me. I'm just an outsider picking fights. So.
I mean, Gustafsson's last fight, he quit versus Anthony Smith.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Shoot, you're right. I didn't remember that. I thought the last Gustafsson fight was Anthony. It's John Jones.
No, Anthony Smith was his last one.
Yeah.
And then
I'm only assuming Gustafsson has the drive again, and he wants to come back, and he wants to fight again. You usually come back as a fresher guy. Sometimes, of course, we're just gonna wait and see.
You just said you're gonna be as good as your last fight.
Come on. Well, yeah, you're right.
He's still young enough though, Gustafsson. He's 33.
Yeah, it's about the mileage.
Marvin got me. I got busted.
But yeah, that's a tough one to come in. Verdum is no slouch, and
I was like, wait, this guy just saying the same thing I just said about Verdum, but he's saying about Gustafsson. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm getting played. Let me.
Okay, I'm still picking Gustafsson. Leave me alone. I'm picking Gustafsson.
Good. $20 on Verdum.
Okay, sure, 20. I'll Venmo me now.
And then a big one that I'm sure you'll be paying attention to, Marvin, Robert Whittaker and Darren Till.
Oh yeah. Robert is one of the good. Robert is one of the middleweights that are ranked definitely between the two.
Yeah.
I think you should smash Darren Till.
Yeah, you think he smashes Darren Till?
I think you should smash Darren Till if he comes out with the right. If he comes out the Robert that we know and he's always been, I think he'll smash Darren Till.
Yeah. What do you think of that one, Al?
Whittaker for sure. I can't go against Marvin. Marvin's gonna get mad at me.
No way.
No, I'm kidding. But I do like Whittaker. I definitely pick Whittaker.
Yeah, I got Whittaker. I think Whittaker takes him apart, actually.
Yeah. I think, man. It's his arsenal and striking is much wider than Darren Till.
Yeah.
Darren Till is a one-sided fighter.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I saw what's his name saying that, and that's kind of true if you think about it and actually break him down. He just has a left hand. I mean,
here and there.
He's got some other skills, but his main tool is his left hand. You look at Robert Whittaker. Robert Whittaker's got a lot of shit that he throws out there.
Yeah.
And then the thing that they never talk about, Robert Whittaker could wrestle.
Yeah. I mean, definitely better than Darren.
Yeah. So another big...
I don't think that fight going to the ground anyway.
Yeah.
Unless somebody gets dropped, but...
I mean, even if Whittaker starts having trouble on the feet, he could take it to the ground. I don't think Till is going to take Whittaker down if he starts having problems.
Yeah, but I don't see Whittaker. He never took anybody down.
Yeah, he wrestles if he is forced into it. More defensive. He's more of a defensive wrestler. I think Whittaker chooses to stand up too, but he can't do it if he is forced to it.
Yeah.
You have Marvin can wrestle. Did you know Marvin actually is a very good wrestler?
Yes, I've heard of such things.
I've been doing a lot. I've been training a lot wrestling. Yeah, but I was thinking, it's a little bit of generalizing, but Australia and England don't have the best wrestlers. They're both of them. They're not and they both train there. I'm Italian, and Italy at the moment don't have the best freestyle. But unless we have one guy that's very good is Chimiza, but
who is Cuban?
In America, actually. Yeah, he's Cuban and he trains in America. But but and he trains in New York actually. So
Yeah.
90% of the time. So, but so we don't have. But I've been around though. I've been around since I was 18, basically. So I've been like wrestling has always been one of my focuses. So yeah. But yeah, me and I'll train actually a couple times.
I felt it. That's why I said that. Like that's why, like for example, all the jokes aside, for example, Marvin and I talked a lot about this when he was fighting Andrew Sanchez, and I wrestled with Andrew Sanchez. And I was trying to explain it to Marvin. I'm like, listen, don't take it lightly. Like Sanchez is a very good wrestler, and Marvin obviously proved me why he didn't. I mean, he took him seriously, but like he proved me he do whatever the fuck he wants in a fight. Sanchez didn't really show much of wrestling, but I was trying to explain it to Marvin, like, dude, college wrestling is very different because he was also not taking Sanchez's college career seriously. But I was trying to explain it like, dude, it's legit, it's serious, But Marvin, you do have my respect for sure.
Because I like to understand whenever people says, "Oh, I want this, I want that," I always want to understand because a lot of times it's not easy to understand. Like kickboxing, or it can be wrestling, it can be college wrestling, it can be even judo and everything. Like I want to understand was those titles that you tell me that you're winning or your pedigree and what you want they're really about. And I was saying, man, like he was national champion of. I mean, I knew he was a good grappler, but there's a difference between NAIA champion, which is like under
NAIA,
and AIA, and like Division One college champion. Like that's
yeah. But I was just trying to explain. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying still wrestled all his life and still coming out wrestling. Yeah. Still did a lot of like wrestling experience.
Yeah. But also, there's obviously MMA wrestling, right? Sanchez, in my opinion, and here's the thing: since I've known Sanchez for a long time, and by the way, Marvin always thought I was a spy, trying to be on Sanchez's side. But I've known Sanchez for a long time. Sanchez isn't the smart, like school-wise. You also have to be very smart to go to D1 school. Like Sanchez, we have grades. You have to have good grades, right? I couldn't wrestle D1 because of my grades. I wasn't the smartest guy, so. But I was just trying to explain, Sanchez was good enough to wrestle D1. He just didn't have the grades to go to D1 school. Okay. And he beat a lot of good D1 guys in his wrestling career, But
oh yeah. Plus in MMA, the best wrestlers sometimes don't transfer that good in MMA wrestling. Like look at Usman. Like Usman was D2, but he's one of the best wrestlers. Khabib didn't win anything in wrestling. In reality, he just went to a little bit of ways to fucking
money. Ben Henderson never even played. I don't think he wrestled NAIA as well, and he never even won. Like he wasn't even an All-American, I don't think.
Let me see. I thought Henderson was an All-American, but he might not.
Maybe. I can't remember.
But even, what's his name? Usman's one of those examples. I don't think Usman had the grades.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, because I was talking to Shahud about this too, and I'm like, and he's like, yeah, because these wrestlers that are not the most skilled in pure wrestling, they develop other skills that sometimes in MMA actually matter more, like this grueling grinding style where you keep going, and maybe you just have like a good double, like you have a good or like a good double, a good single. Those are things that transfer very easily to MMA, where maybe you have all this pure technician of wrestling where they're like a lot of counter wrestling, a lot of like beautiful throws and like way to score high points in wrestling, that sometimes maybe you go against a guy that is not gonna shoot on you and stuff, and all your counter goes out of the window because you don't have a guy that is committed to your wrestling. So sometimes lower level wrestlers in pure wrestling actually plays out that are better in MMA.
And yeah, Dan Henderson was not an All-American. He was a national qualifier, though. So
exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Then you also have very good wrestlers. They're gonna be very good in MMA. Like Cormier, like Dan Henderson, Randy Couture.
I think
Ben Askren.
I think what's his name was even in that realm. Cormier was junior college first because didn't have the grades, and then transferred to a D1 school.
Yeah, like Daniel Cormier, I think, is national champion a couple of times, right?
No, he lost to Cale Sanderson.
Yeah.
But he might have been a JUCO national champion, Cormier. I'd have to check on that, but he was definitely.
But he also went into freestyle after college career, so there's a whole different thing, you know. But also look at John Jones. Look at John Jones.
Yeah. I think John Jones was a D1 talent. Just same thing. Didn't have the grades.
Yeah.
And then
he
even
wrestled JUCO, I think.
Yeah, he was a JUCO national champion, and then I'm pretty sure he was about to transfer to a D1 school, maybe Iowa or Ohio, and then he got a girl pregnant.
Yeah.
And that'll put the brakes in anything.
Protection comes first. Always pull out. Always pull out.
Not my opponents.
No. You got
I had enough of it.
Do you got a girl, Marvin? What are you doing?
What do you mean?
You got a girl right now, or are you single in Vegas?
No, I'm single.
All right. Smart man.
Don't put him in the spot. Don't put him.
No, I'm single. Yeah, I'm just chilling. But I'm here for physical therapy. I'm like that.
All right.
Good.
So
boys, I think. What time is it?
What time we got? We got 7:50. You got to do what? You got to go to training.
Oh, 7:50. No, you're somewhere else again.
Oh, he is in New York, Marvin.
Oh, he's in New York.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I have. I mean, I can set up like 10 minutes or so. Then I'll let it go.
All right, sounds good. So real quick, we'll get to a sensitive subject right now.
All right.
Israel Adesanya, Paulo Costa are about to fight. How do you see that one going?
I think Israel is going to pick him apart. I don't see how. Listen, people get carried away by the narrative a lot by the hype. I don't, and I don't see Paulo Costa doing that good. I don't think he's that skilled. He's tough and he punches hard, but that's not enough. To be at a world level, you need fighting IQ. You need good eyes. You need predicting things. That's skills where I look at. High level mindset. I don't think Paulo Costa is there on a lot of those things. So I could be wrong. I mean, he's very confident on himself and stuff. But even if you say, man, he had 5 fights in the UFC. I think he had 5 fights.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I don't see him doing that good. I fought Adesanya, and Adesanya, you gotta give him credit for he knows how to stay in that ring. He knows how to stay in that cage. Like he's you need to be like you need to be sneaky. You're not gonna bully the guy. He's not gonna let anybody bully him. In a sense, you need to be smart. And this is our lower level skills.
I mean, Kelvin's your teammate, right? Out at Kings. I mean, you and Kelvin have given him his toughest fights so far.
Yeah.
Kelvin
could have won that fight. It just a little bit of lack. I don't know. Like, I feel like Israel made adjustments in the fight faster than Kelvin did, and that's what made Israel come out on top at the end. But skills wise, they're there.
Yeah. What are those? Are those kids by you out?
My neighbors. I'm in my backyard.
Yeah.
I don't have kids.
I was gonna say you don't have no kids.
I told you I pull out. Don't take it seriously.
Nah, that's good. That's something we always stress here on Menace and the Man is that you got to have a strong pullout game.
Oh, dude, the best one. 34 years strong. Best one.
Especially Marvin. That if me and Alp are a little older than you, if there's one piece of advice we can give to a young man like yourself, you got to have a strong pullout game, especially a young superstar like yourself.
Yeah. Either way,
Sorry, Marvin.
No, he's good.
Before you know it, you wind up like John Jones with like 4 kids, and then you're fighting to feed these kids instead of fighting for whatever you want, you know?
No, I'll make sure. For sure.
Bro, it's difficult being popular and, handsome like Marvin yourself over here.
Thank you. Thank you all.
You're welcome, Marvin.
All loves when you tell him that he's handsome. He loves it.
I love
You're
it.
handsome, all.
Thank you. You're more handsome, Marvin.
Stop this.
No, we're good enough.
All right, Marvin, we'll let you get to your training.
I don't know who that is.
It's a Zoom. Yeah, no, it's like a podcast.
Oh,
okay.
All right, we'll let you get to your training, Marvin. We want to appreciate you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
And yeah, we'll do this again sometime. You see what we're doing here. We're very light. We try to go a little outside of fighting, a little bit into,
Good. No, I like it. All right, my man. See you all.
See you, Marvin. Good luck. Have fun.
Thank you.